Today's True Scary Story has a trigger warning. It deals with ghosts, premonitions, and a cult. A bad cult. So, forewarning you. We're gonna call today's submitter Ray, because I'm not sure if I can say her name. She didn't tell me. But basically, she has a whirlwind of stories of just a life growing up being an extra sensitive person. More sensitive than other people. She said that she is still terrified by everything that is happening to her till this day. She is 26 years old, and she actually has memories of things from when she was a baby, which she should not have memories of things when she was a baby. That's almost impossible, but she does. She remembers the layout of her house from when she was 1 to 3 years old. She remembers when she was 1 year old and she got burnt by grease and actually had to have reconstructive surgery for 13 years after that. She's been able to see and talk to ghosts since she can remember, and growing up in her family home, she actually talked to a guy named John who was a ghost. Her family just thought that it was an imaginary friend, but then found out that that was not the case. She would describe what this man looked like to her family, and after they did some investigating, they found out that there was a man who actually unalived himself in that home because his pregnant wife died. At the age of 8, her sister and her friend brought in a makeshift Ouija board into the home, played it, brought in a demon into the home, and it took 3 different priests on 3 separate occasions to get rid of the demon and John. If you guys would like her to elaborate on that more, because I kind of would, drop it in the comments. And at the age of 14, her mother took her and her cousin to the Pensacola Lighthouse for a ghost tour because she knew that Ray was sensitive to things. There was an evil presence in the basement to the right of the stairwell. Her and her cousin ventured up the stairwell to the attic space right below the lighthouse, and they spoke to an 8-year-old girl named Izzy. Izzy also had a little brother that wasn't comfortable talking but stayed to listen. Ray stayed talking to the little girl over a flashlight and a piece of gum, and she found out that she died of the plague, and so did her brother. She also found out her birthday and that she really enjoyed candy. She doesn't remember her birthday anymore though. Now, Ray began having premonitions when she was like 6 to 7 years old. She would like dream or think about places, and then a little bit later she would go to that place. And before they would go to these places, she would actually be able to tell her mom exactly how to get there. But as she got older, her premonitions got worse. She started predicting car accidents and family deaths. She predicted her aunt's death and her father's death 2 weeks before it happened, and she actually tried warning them about it. She knew someone was going to die when she would see a black aura around them, and it would happen 2 weeks prior. Recently, her son, and her husband moved to their own place about an hour away. Within the first 3 months of living there, weird things started happening, like they had a stop sign down the road, and something was spray painted on it that was not good. Like it would say stop and then the N-word. Ray says that her and her family are Caucasian, but their neighbors are African American, and so she went down the street and she spray painted over that because she is not about that at all and was disgusted by it. She thought that would be the end of it. That was not the end of it. They then found a decapitated rabbit's body in their front yard. It was by their front gate, and then they found a flip toy Ouija board, sorry, in their driveway. You'd think I know how to talk by now. They had 4 adult dogs and 9 puppies at the time. Holy crap. 2 of the adult dogs and all of the puppies died mysteriously within a 2-week time frame. That is heartbreaking. None of the vets could explain what was going on, and they spent $8,000 on tests, running all the tests they possibly could to find out what was wrong with the dogs, and nothing. Just another grave. Now, she told her mom about everything because her mom is a white witch and she specializes in protection. She bought them cameras and she told them to line the property, all 4 edges of the property, with salt. She told them to burn sage all around the property and in the house, and to mean it when they burn the sage, so to do it with intention. She also told them to pray while they were doing this, and then all of a sudden everything just stopped. They did at one point suspect white supremacy, like the cult, and they live in the South, but they were like, that's outlandish. Like, it's in today's day and age, there's no way. Boy, were they wrong. A few months ago, her husband was driving down the road to go to the store. They live on a long stretch of intertwining dirt roads that lead to different little towns. He was going towards one that they usually don't go to, where the stop sign had been painted, and by that stop sign was a group of cloaked figures on the 4-way stop, circling it, chanting with torches. Now, she at first didn't believe her husband. She thought that he was joking around, but then she witnessed it herself when she was going to work one night at a really late hour. It was like around midnight, and she saw the same thing. Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh, they actually saw her and started walking towards her vehicle, and she was about 100 feet away from them, and she did the only logical thing she could think of, and she just started backing up super fast in the direction that she came from. She calls her husband and she tells her husband what happened, and then she doesn't go to work that night. She actually goes home and she grabs a shotgun and she just stands outside and looks out her window for like 3 or 4 hours that night because she was so terrified. Ever since then, nothing had happened again until the day that she emailed me. A few weeks back, she had had an eerily vivid dream, one that she hadn't had in years. And in the dream, she was driving home from work early because she wasn't feeling well. She just needed to be home. She had this bad gut feeling that something bad was about to happen. In the dream, she checked her cameras because she got a notification that somebody was standing in her yard. They live in the middle of nowhere, so it would be very weird for someone to be standing in their yard unless it was her husband or like a delivery guy. So she checks the camera, thinking it's going to be a delivery guy, and when she checks, her blood runs cold. On the cameras is a cloaked figure just standing in her yard, not making any sound, not moving, not doing anything. The only thing that you hear is her dogs barking wildly in the house. In the dream, the cloaked figure stands there for about 3 minutes and then just vanishes. And then she wakes up from the dream literally sweating, just has like hot, cold sweats. Now she thought this was a nightmare until the day she emailed me and this exact thing happened, and she cannot explain it. She checked the cameras over and over again, expecting to see it, but it just wasn't there. It had just vanished in thin air. And then when she got home about 20 minutes later, she wanted to check the area around her, so she went and checked, and there was footprints leading up through the gate to that spot where she saw that cloaked figure, but there was none leading back. Now her and her husband are beginning to think that this cult that they are seeing, that they're not alive, that it's like a ghost cult from back in the day. She said that there was heavy racism back in the segregation period where they were living, or where they are living right now, because they are still living there. This is going on right now. Now, the last thing she said in her email was any thoughts or ideas from you guys would be absolutely amazing. So if you guys have any of them, drop them in the comments. I will say the one thing that does stand out to me is the spray paint on the stop sign. Like, was that really there, or were they just seeing it? And how did it get there if this is a ghost cult? And what about the animals? How does that happen? It's very strange that the animals just got sick. Someone poisoning them, or like, it didn't, how would someone be poisoning them, you know? Like, how would that happen without them knowing? So it's really, this story was really crazy to me. But it boils down to what you guys think, because there's more of you than there is me. So let me know and let her know what you guys think this is, because crazy, crazy stuff. And this would scare the ever-loving daylights out of me, by the way. And I cannot deal with racism. I cannot deal with it. Like, it disgusts me. It's sad how much hate there is in this world. You have to have so much hate in your heart in order for you to be like that. Because for what? Like, really, for what? Now, of course, I'm going to do my shout out to Stacy Slater. Girl, you are always commenting on all of my stuff. I appreciate your support so much. I love you for that. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Seriously, I would not have this channel without you guys. And I will be forever grateful to you for that. And I will be humbled by you forever. I love you guys so much. My name is Kaisa, and I tell true scary stories that you guys email to me on here every other night. So if you like that, hit that follow button. If you appreciate my content, it really does help if you hit that like button. I would so much appreciate that. Only if you want to, though. Don't feel obligated. And with that, I need you to do 2 things for me. And what are those? Have a safe night, and what? Have a spooky night. Love you guys. See you in the next one.